Okay, Assalamualaikum. Okay. Seek refuge in God from Satan the rejected. Berlindung pada Tuhan dari syaitan yang terkutuk. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us. Today we will continue with part 2 of the topic of Yazid. So Yazid is talking about amplification, right? Last session we talked about the middle part of the verses where we talked about how messengers come and relay the message of God and how people actually receive amplification or increase in terms of faith or disbelief depending on your internal compass, right? If your internal compass is bad, then you will increase in disbelief or you get angry with the messenger, right? If your internal compass is good, you're pure, then when you hear God's words, you feel closer and you want to come nearer to the messenger. Okay, so that's the first part. Then after that, we talked about the Quran, right? The Quran, you see the picture of the Quran here. Quran also has the same effect as the messenger, right? Same thing. So people either be drawn to you or want to run away from you. Okay, so now in Malay, okay. So pada masa yang lalu atau topik yang kita bincangkan minggu lalu adalah tentang Yazid. Yazid adalah tambahan. Jadi minggu lalu kita bincangkan tentang bagaimana Rasul menyampaikan ayat-ayat Tuhan. Bila Rasul menyampaikan, ada orang tambah marah atau tambah kafir, tapi ada orang tambah kekuatan, atau tambah percaya. Quran pun ada kesan yang sama juga. Al-Quran pun menolak orang atau meninggikan keimanan seseorang. Jadi kita dah lihat minggu lalu bagaimana Rasul dan Quran mendatangkan sifat Yazid ni, sifat menambah. Tapi apa yang membezakan adalah tentang diri manusia tu. Kalau orang tu suci, dia akan makin dekat. Kalau orang tu tak suci, dia makin jauh daripada kitab. Dengan dia rasa makin benci. Jadi makin masalah, tambah masalah. Ni ibarat ayat 1782 lah. Okay, to summarize is like 1782. Alright? This is the verse that we go through last session, right? We send down the Quran. There's healing and mercy for the believers, but it does not increase the wrongdoers except in love. So this book is not one-dimensional. It's actually very reactive, and it reacts according to your heart, right? So if you think that the Quran is always waiting for you to come, then you better think again, because the Quran can have an effect also. You behave like if you behave badly, then there's no welcoming mat for you lah. Then the mat's going to be slapped on your head instead. Okay, so this is something you all got to realize. Okay, jadi 1780 ni satu summary lah, ringkasan tentang apa kita bincangkan minggu lalu. Quran ni kalau untuk orang yang hati dia dekat kepada kebenaran, dia akan lebih dia menjadi penawar dan rahmat. Bagi orang yang sifat dia dekat kepada syaitan, dia rasa Quran ni menambahkan beban. Okay, so today we're going to look at probably a few verses on maybe on this part, how a good man or a good woman will respond to the book. Kita akan lihat tentang macam mana orang yang baik akan mendatangkan satu respons yang baik. Okay, 17109. And they fall upon their faces weeping, and the Quran increases them in humble submission. Okay. Dan mereka menyungkur atas muka mereka sambil menangis dan mereka bertambah khusyuk. Okay. So some people when they read the Quran, they cry, right? Or they feel so touched by it, touch their heartstring. Ada orang yang baca kitab ni, dia nangis kerana dia rasa macam sebati lah, atau dia rasa maklumat ni mencukil hati dia. 42:23. Okay. It is that of which God gives good tidings to his servants who believe and do righteous deeds. Say, I do not ask you for this message any payment, but only goodwill through kingship. And whoever commits a good deed, we will increase for him good therein. Indeed, God is forgiving and appreciative. Itulah karunia yang Allah menggembirakan hamba-hambanya yang beriman dan mengerja amal yang soleh. Katakanlah, aku tidak meminta kepadamu suatu upah pun atas seruanku kecuali kasih sayang dalam kekeluargaan, dan siapa yang mengerjakan kebaikan akan kami tambahkan padanya kebaikan pada kebaikannya itu. Sesungguhnya Allah Maha Pengampun lagi Maha Mensyukuri. Jadi ni kita boleh lihat orang apabila dia makin tua, sifat dia kadang-kadang makin menambah pula. Orang yang contohnya kelakar makin jadi kelakar. Apabila dia dah tua, orang yang sabar makin sabar. Okay. So you can see when people get older, this verse I think comes to life. Whatever your tendencies are, when you get older, you become more of that. If you're a patient person, you become more patient. If you're a funny person, you tend to be more funny. But of course, that is just an example. We are talking about good deeds. The good things that you do will amplify. Right? You like to give charity, you realize that as this person get older, he will give more and more. Right? Yeah. So this is very, very true. So the opposite is also true. Right? If you're a bad person, you like to speak of bad words, and you realize that when you get older, it gets even worse and worse and worse. Right? I think that's why in the past there was a slogan, right? Says that I think the government was worried. I think, or the government is concerned. I'll put it this way, that they say age gracefully. I think there was advertisement. They want people to age gracefully because I think there's too many cases of people, I think, having bad habits that they become so, yeah, you can't manage them. I think for those who work in a in a place where they take care of old people, they will see all this come the truthfulness in this statement, right? For me, so I don't have to work there. I see this thing because I've been to a old what do you call it, a visit a visit for the old folks home, and you see different characters. It's quite interesting actually. And different, some of them have different tendencies and different abilities. I put it that way. Okay, so it's very, very interesting. Okay, next. That's 42:23 and 42:20. Whoever desires the harvest of the hereafter, we will increase for him his harvest. And whoever desires the harvest of this world, we will give him thereof. But there's not for him in the hereafter any share. So when you look at this verse, you will come to realize that you can only win one. You cannot win both, right? Ya, barang siapa yang menghendaki keuntungan di akhirat, akan kami tambah keuntungannya itu baginya. Dan barang siapa yang menghendaki keuntungan di dunia, kami berikan kepadanya sebahagian dari keuntungan dunia dan tidak ada baginya satu bahagian pun di akhirat. Okay? Jadi kita tak boleh menang dua-dua. Kalau nak menang dunia, letak usaha kat dunia, menang dunia. Kalau nak menang akhirat, letak usaha kat akhirat, menang akhirat. Tak boleh menang dua-dua. Doesn't work that way. Okay? Okay, now we look at 48 verse 4. It is he who sent down tranquility into the hearts of the believers that they increase in faith along with their present faith. Now this is very interesting, right? They always must have this initial faith within you, and then the faith will increase. Right? So your predisposition is very, very important. Whatever's inside you, you must have that spark, right? And then it will just grow. And to God belongs the soldiers of the heavens and the earth, and ever is God knowing and wise. Dialah yang telah menurunkan ketenangan dalam hati orang-orang mukmin supaya keimanan mereka bertambah di samping keimanan mereka. Dan kepunyaan Allah lah tentera langit dan bumi, dan adalah Allah Maha mengetahui lagi Maha bijaksana. Jadi yang penting ni keimanan mereka bertambah di samping keimanan mereka. Jadi kita kena ada tu sifat keimanan untuk benda tu tumbuh. Kita nak kena ada benih dia baru boleh tumbuh. Tak ada benih, macam mana benda tu nak tumbuh. The initial disposition very, very important. Ini ibarat ayat itu 11:52 ni. You must have that. God will increase your strength. Add to your strength. You must have that grain must be there first. Kita kena ada kekuatan dia dulu baru dia boleh tumbuh. Kalau kita tak ada, susah. So you must have that. You must develop this. Okay? Then the increase will come. Okay, research. Okay, or add to it and recite the Quran with measured recitation. Okay, so the word zid here has got to do with Yazid. How zid, or add to it, tambah lebih, atau lebih dari seperdua itu. Dan bacalah Al-Quran dengan pelan-pelan. Okay, pelan-pelan, dia bukan pelan-pelan lah. Dia macam abasan. So, correct macam wave itu part by part dia datang. But consistency very important. Okay, 42:26. And he answers, supplication of those who believe and done righteous deeds and increase them from his bounty. But the disbelievers will have a severe punishment. Okay, dan dia memperkenankan orang-orang yang beriman serta mengerjakan amal yang soleh dan menambah kepada mereka dari karunia-Nya. Dan orang-orang yang kafir bagi mereka azab yang sangat keras. Jadi kita boleh nampak Tuhan masih tambahkan aja kebaikan kepada mereka. Jadi kalau kita nak tambahan tu kita buatlah baik lakukan arahan-arahan dia, barulah kita boleh nampak tambahan. Okay, so if you want to have an increase, make sure your internal heart is at the correct disposition, and then do the right thing, and then go from there. Right? Then the increase will come, God willing, through His grace and mercy. Okay? That's why your state of the heart is very important. The initial part. That's why what we talk about, things like transformation is very, very important. Your initial state of the heart very, very important. Once you get this right, then you start moving in the right direction. Right? Once this part is not correct, then you can go both ways. You haven't have a clean heart. Then you might go the other way also. Right? Okay? Jadi kalau hati kita belum configure betul-betul, kita boleh terjunam kat sini pula, pergi ke neraka. Kalau kita dah transformasi tu dah buat betul-betul, baru boleh ke kanan, so kita boleh maju ke hadapan. Okay, 35:30. That he may give them in full their rewards and increase for them of his bounty. Indeed, he is forgiving and appreciative. Agar Allah menyempurnakan kepada mereka pahala mereka dan menambah kepada mereka karunia-Nya. Sungguhnya Allah Maha Pengampun lagi Maha Mensyukuri. That God may reward them with the best of what they did and increase from His bounty. And God give provision to whom He wills without account. Dan mereka mengerjakan demikian itu supaya Allah memberikan balasan kepada mereka yang lebih baik dari apa yang telah mereka kerjakan. Supaya Allah menambah karunia-Nya kepada mereka. Dan Allah memberi rezeki kepada siapa yang dihendakinya tanpa batas. Okay, now we look at this part. Okay, now we're talking about guidance. Cakap pasal petunjuk. And those who are guided, He increases them in guidance and give them their taqwa, or give them their God consciousness. So you can see from here, even guidance also, there are different levels of guidance, right? Doesn't mean if a person say, you are guided, means it's a full stop, you stop there. No such thing. There's different layers of guidance, right? So that's the beauty of this scripture. It grows in you. Even people reading the scripture for decades, they start seeing things that they never see before. So this is the power of this Quran. So only a fool will underestimate and say that, oh, I finished reading the Quran, that's it, there's nothing more to read. And then you're fooling yourself. Satan has a hold on you already. Right? You should never stop. Right? Always keep on seeking God, find the knowledge, and then connect the dots, act it up, do the commands, and then you see things start to change from within you, and people around you also can see that change. Right? Nah, orang-orang yang mau menerima petunjuk, Allah menambah petunjuk kepada mereka dan memberi balasan, memberikan ketakwaannya. Okay? Jadi petunjuk tu ada macam-macam rangka, macam-macam level. Dan Tuhan berikan lagi itu takwa, kesedaran tentang Tuhan. Okay, and God increases those who were guided in guidance, and the enduring good deeds are better for your Lord for reward and better for recourse. See? So So the pattern is always the same. First is the knowledge or the theory part first, and then come the practical or the actions, and then come the consequences of it. Right? So this is how it goes. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Let's continue with the movie. Just click and read. It's okay. I'll be back. 2 minutes.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So for the Malay translation, dan Allah akan menambah petunjuk kepada mereka yang telah mendapat petunjuk. Dan amal-amal saleh yang kekal itu lebih baik pahalanya di sisi Tuhanmu dan lebih baik kesudahannya. Jadi tadi kita berbual tentang kalau contoh orang dah habis baca Quran, dia cakap dia dah habis baca Quran, dia tak ada apa-apa lagi nak baca. Tu kira salah satu memperbodohkan diri sendirilah sebab ada orang pun dah bertahun-tahun dah baca Quran pun masih juga jumpa ataupun dapat huda yang baru yang lebih mendalam. Jadi jangan pernah berhenti baca Quran. It is we who relate to you their story in truth. Indeed, they were youths who believed in their Lord and we increased them in guidance. Kami kisahkan kepadamu cerita ini dengan benar. Sesungguhnya mereka adalah pemuda-pemuda yang beriman kepada Tuhan mereka. Dan kami tambah pula untuk mereka petunjuk. So high is Allah, sovereign the truth. And do not hasten with the Quran before its revelation is completed to you. And say, My Lord, increase me in knowledge. Maka Maha Tinggi Allah, Raja yang sebenar-benarnya, dan janganlah tergesa-gesa membaca Al-Quran sebelum disempurnakan mewahyukannya kepadamu dan katakanlah, Ya Tuhanku, tambahkanlah kepadaku ilmu pengetahuan.
Okay, so thanks for covering. Right, so 2114 is a very short doa, right? And it's a very important one. Ini doa yang pendek tapi doa yang penting sekali. Okay, so we've covered, I think this part. Maybe we will just finish one last one, 14 verse 7, and then we will close this session. 14 verse 7 is talking about gratefulness, right? So we are talking about increase, right? Kita cakap pasal tambahan. So ni tambah berterima kasih. So ada macam-macam yang boleh tambah. So gratefulness is one of them. Remember your Lord proclaim, if you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor. But if you deny, my punishment is severe. Dan tak kala Tuhanmu memaklumkan, sebenarnya jika kamu bersyukur, pasti kami akan menambahkan kepadamu. Jika kamu mengingkari, maka sebenarnya azabku sangat pedih. Okay. So ini adalah satu yang menanjukkan sifat-sifat baik ni kalau kita pikul, kita akan jadi lebih baik. Sifat-sifat jahat pun akan mendatangkan banyak kerugian. Okay. Okay. So we will end the session for now. We will see you next week. We will continue with Yazid still, right? So salam to everyone. Okay. Okay. Stream has ended.